topic today is about listening and being heard. How do we become better listeners so that the person that we're with, our friends and family, whoever it might be, feels heard and taken in? And attentive listening is something that is a skill set that can be easily developed. And the exercise is listen without thinking about what you want to say in response. And we are so accustomed to hearing another person, and right away what they're saying is reminding us about what we want to say. So as they're talking, we're eager for them to finish so we can quickly say what's on our mind. And it's not really true listening. And it can be a banter. It can be a fast-paced banter. It can feel enjoyable in the moment. But at the end of it all, what is the real takeaway from it? And I just think time is so valuable, and we as people need to value one another and feel valued, that make it a concerted effort to listen better. And we listen better by just being quiet and not thinking about, not focusing on what we want to say, but just listening. And letting it be okay if there's a quiet or a pause in the conversation, because you're not prepared to say something right away. God forbid there's a lull. Actually, those quiet moments can be really, really chock full of grace and beauty and interest, to just see what else might be there, to give the person you're listening to even more space and time to let them express fully, and ask for the same thing in return. And I've even stopped conversations to say, I really want to hear you, and I really also want to be heard. So why don't you tell me what's on your mind, and I just want to pay attention to that, and I'm going to listen. And then I would love to share with you what's on my mind. Two very different things. We don't have the same things on our mind. And boy, it really changes the tone, the flavor, and the meaning of really connecting with another person. Because you're not connecting just to tell your story. You're connecting to hear what their story may be. And there's nothing more valuable. I don't know, there's nothing, but it is so valuable to be heard, to be taken in, to just, I don't need the advice, and maybe I do, I'll ask for that, but I just need to be heard. We all do. We all need to be heard and acknowledged. And the acknowledgement is simply being listened to without the banter, without the real fast back and forth. So, a small and huge thing, a small step and a huge reward, because it is so lovely to be with another person and give them your full attention, and just be still with that. And then even ask, so, how can I support you? How best can I support you? Or what else do you need to say? Or do you feel complete in the moment? I wanted to share something with you, and even if it's in response to what they've said, it's not at the same time. It's not a back and forth. Like I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was expressing something that was a bit of a tender thing, and her response was, oh yeah, when that happened to me, it's like, yeah, I can't pay attention to what you're trying to tell me right now, because I need your attention to hear me, and then I'm fully all yours. Or the opposite, I can listen first and then talk. So share the air, share the space, and give yourself and the other person the time that's so needed, that's so deserving, because we become our best people when we feel acknowledged, heard, listened to, and taken in. So that's it. It's a simple thing, but something we're not trained to do. You're trained to always be prepared for the response, back and forth, back and forth. That can get really exhausting. It does for me anyway. And at the end of the time I spend doing that, if that's been the course of the conversation, I don't leave with feeling like I've brought anything or I've been given anything. It just feels like I'm left neutral. I'm left in neutral. And I don't want to be neutral. Time is precious. My life is precious. All of our lives are precious. And we need to make the most of it. So call for what you need, ask for what you need, and be reminders to others so that they get what they need. Stay well.